What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to Pretty Girl Loves Trap content. This is my recap slash review for Winning Time Season 1, Episode 3, The Good Life. Okay, so y'all, this was another great episode. All right, so let's get into it. So it starts off picking up from last episode, okay? Because your boy Jerry Buss is cursing Wes the F out, okay? He's like, how dare you quit 3 weeks before training camp. Like, bruh, do you understand what I'm trying to do here? How much money I put into this? How much time, blood, sweat, tears up in here? Like, do you not have any respect for me? And Jerry was like, I understand. I understand. So for the inconvenience, I'm going to scope out and scout my replacement, okay? I'm like, Jerry, that's not enough, okay, sir? But whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm annoyed because Wes, you got the silver platter, okay? You was given the opportunity to create your dream team. And that still wasn't enough. But the problem is Wes, he has some frustration. So he mentioned, he says, you know what? I want to win so bad. It frustrates me that I can't be on the court with these guys to ensure that we win. So it's a lot of internal struggle going on here. And I can imagine, being a former player who is now a coach of a losing team and you can't do everything you want to do to ensure the win. But that's the name of the game, okay? So that's life. But I understand a lot of athletes may go through this very same issue, all right? So we see Magic. He's preparing to leave for LA, so he's packing up. His parents are sending him off. So, it's all love, warm and fuzzies, but the mama, she still got her good eye on him, okay? Because she's scared of her baby. She doesn't want him to lose himself and just lose, him being grounded, She doesn't want him to become sucked up by the devils of LA, okay? Let her tell it, all right? And so we are introduced to Pat Riley, y'all. I love me some Pat Riley, okay? I used to go to the Knicks games as a kid. He was the coach at the time, so I always adored me some Pat Riley, all right? But he was the shooting guard for the Lakers. He won a championship. He played for 5 years, and apparently he has some daddy issues as well. But he's retired at this point, okay? He's a beach bum nonetheless. He's over there playing pickup basketball in Venice Beach. He's just pretty much bored and don't know what to do with himself at this point, okay? But he figures like, hey, let me go ahead and apply for a job, okay? I need to do something with this organization, all right? So, long story short, he's trying to become, an announcer for the team, okay? Because there's an opening. And he's trying to get in the building, but yeah, his name ain't on the list, okay? And I'm like, oh, guard, you are so disrespectful, not letting Mr. the Pat Riley up in the building, okay? But I guess, you gotta follow the rules, okay, to keep people safe. So I get you, all right. And so we are introduced to Jerry Tarkania, okay, because we are having the meeting at the front office, and they're trying to find Jerry's replacement with another Jerry, okay. And this one, he's currently the coach of University of Las Vegas, and yeah, your boy has been known to have some sticky dealings, crooked dealings with paying players, to be, on the team. A lot of scandalous things with the college players that are pretty much, forbidden. All right. So yeah, he's a great coach. He comes with a lot of drama and a lot of issues. Okay. So, it's kind of like, should we go this route? Like, are we this desperate to be bringing somebody on with all this bad press? All right. And so, yeah, Bus, I swear he has issue after issue after issue, okay? He learns that the former owner, Cook, okay, he did not build the forum with his own money. He took out a loan. So he pretty much built the building on credit, okay? And the final payment of $3 million is due in a couple months, okay? It's a balloon payment, and yeah, it is due. So all the while, Bus was thinking he was getting over on Cook, but Cook was getting over on Bus. I was like, wow, wow, that was real trifling, but hey, that's the name of the game, okay? So Magic, he's in LA now. He's having lunch with Norm Nixon. And Norm was looking at him like, bruh, I'm gonna need you to give up these country ways, okay? Because this attire that you have on, it got to go, okay? So he takes Magic to his little one of his little businesses he has going on, which is a little suit shop. And he's like, hey, custom suit is on me, okay? Because you can't be around me looking like, you know, a little country bumpkin. That ain't in it, right? And so he was also kind of picking on Magic a little bit, and he was like, "Yeah, are you gonna enjoy this power forward position you gonna be playing?" He was like, "Power forward? No, I'm a point guard. What you talking about?" And so he was like, "No, like Jerry West has been telling people he's playing you at power forward because yeah, you're gonna be taking up all the brunt that Kareem has been taking, okay?" And so of course Magic, he a little upset, he a little frustrated, okay? So yeah, he goes out, just bothered, all right? He's thinking like he's not getting the truth here. And Norm was like, yo, this is a game, okay? This is common. They smile in your face, but then they hit you with the gut punch, all right? All right, so now we're introduced to Chick Hearns, okay? He is the director of communications. And Riley is pretty much applying this position to Chick because Chick is the main announcer, okay? And Chick was like, no, Pat, your voice is a little too feminine, okay? Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not really cool. And so he has me thinking like, dang, like I'm trying to remember, Pat Riley's voice for real. Like, was it really feminine to me? I don't know. I need to go back to the tapes because I'm like, I don't remember all of that, okay? But yeah, Chick, he's not really feeling Pat as, his number two guy. But Pat was like, please help me, please. Like, I need something. I'm going crazy in retirement. But it's kind of funny that you really think of it, athletes really retire like mainly in their 30s. Like, that's quite young, So it's interesting to see like he's over it and done. Like, he wants to. Have another purpose. He wants to be around the game. He loves the game. So this is his way of doing it at this point, okay? So we are introduced to Vic Weiss, okay? He is Jerry Tark's best friend, childhood friend, and he's pretty much interrupting Tark's practice and was like, "Hey, I got a call about LA, they want you." So Tark was like, okay, like I care, but I don't care. But yeah, he was pretty much alluding to the fact like, "Hey, Vic, are you in some type of financial trouble?" He was like, "No, I don't have no trouble. I just want you to take this meeting." I was like, mm-hmm. Seem a little self-serving, Vic, but whatever. So Magic, he goes to Bus's house because he a little annoyed, okay? Because he wants to understand what's going on with his point guard position, okay? And so he knocks on the door and Jeannie opens up. So he mistakes Jeannie as one of Bus's booze or whatever. So it was kind of cute seeing that dialogue. He was like, "Hey, do your mom know you're here? Because you look kind of young." And she was like, "Well, my mom and Bus, they've been broke up, whatever." She was like, "Your mom was messing with him too." She was like, "No, that's my dad. What are you talking about?" Like, you can tell Magic, I guess his all those, preconceived notions his mama had, he still got a little naivete, in his brain as well, okay? So apparently him and Magic was supposed to have lunch to discuss the whole positioning situation, but just in the nick of time, Bus gets a call that yeah, Tart declined their offer, okay? And he was like, we need him. So I'm going to Las Vegas ASAP pronto, okay? So he told Jeannie to take Magic to lunch while he figure out this whole situation with Tark, okay? So meanwhile, Wes, he's talking to Jack McKinney, okay? He is pretty much one of the people in the runnings for this coaching position. And McKinney pretty much asked, Jerry, like, long story short, why are you quitting, bruh? Like, at this point, he's the assistant coach of Portland, and he wants to know the tea, okay? He wants to know, like, hey, I'm up for this job, but give me the real deal, okay? And that's pretty much probably the best way to get the lowdown on the job, asking the previous employee, like, hey, let me know what I need to know, okay? Is this too good to be true? Like, what is the issue? Because you're leaving, so that's a problem, all right? And so Wes pretty much is not giving Jack any play because he don't know who he is. He don't respect him. He's like, you're an assistant coach. Like, this is way out of your league, okay? Oh, Lord. So Magic, he's heading to a movie premiere with Norm Nixon. Okay, they're in a limo, and it's cute, kind of seeing their little bond and what have you. And so they get to the premiere, and we are introduced to Zastro. Okay, he is low key a drug dealing pimp who tries to get all the celebrities up to his little spots. Okay, he said it's in Crenshaw. I was like, oh, okay. So Magic, was kind of talking to him because he's naive, but one of the other players was like, no, he's bad business. Okay, don't. There's a lot of people of his kind in these streets, so you need to stand clear from these type of people. Okay, and it was cute. They had a little Bill Cosby, person like just serving as Bill Cosby and maybe Camille. But he was pretty much getting all of the attention because the Lakers are not getting any play with the press. Like the press don't even know who these people are. Like it goes to show how like athletes in LA, it wasn't getting any love. Well, at least the basketball players, okay? So we see Pat Riley, he, visits Wes. And, he pretty much let Wes know, like, retirement is not all that it's cracked up to be, okay? You see me over here trying to get a job because I'm bored. What you think you going to be doing when you leave this, okay? And so we see this montage of scenes with Magic, talking to Cookie and his family members while he's like banging all these chicks from Zastro's place. And I'm like, Lord, they really showing Magic as a wild boy up in this series. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that, all right. And so Bus, he's having dinner with Tark, and Tark was like, "I am the hometown king. Okay, they treat me good up in here. He's getting free food. He has all the love and respect." He's like, "Why would I leave all this? Like, this is my setup. I get all the respect, everything that I need." Okay, and Bus, he offers him 10 times his salary. So Vic, he, of course, he looks like he's in debt. So he's like, we need to take this. He's like, oh, 10 times the salary. Okay. Can we throw in 2 Rolls Royces? So he was like, I guess so. I'm like, dang, how much was a Rolls Royce back then? Because I believe his salary was 75,000 with the university. So I'm thinking he's getting paid like 750,000 at this point. I think this makes him the highest paid coach in NBA history at this point if he takes his position. So his best friend Vic, he over there watering at the mouth, talking about, in his brain, like, I need to go ahead and clear my debts when I get some of this money. Because it looks like he's acting as Tark's agent, manager at this point. So what's going on here? All right. So we see at the end of this dinner, right? Good old Tart, he gets a gift, which is a bottle of the champagne. Okay, the finest of the champagne. So the waiter was like, "Yeah, it's a gift from these gentlemen at this table over here." Who was at the table? None other than the mob. Okay, the MOB. And I'm like, oh, the mob is gifting you the the good old champagne. Yeah, you don't want to mess with the mob, bruh. So that ain't a good look, okay? So we see Pat Riley over there. He a little frustrated. He's practicing his tapes, his audition tapes, because he's a little, insecure now. Like the guy told him like your voice is a little too feminine, so he's trying his best non-feminine voice, okay? And so he's meditating over there, and he's trying to, remodel his shed, ends up tearing the whole shed down. I'm like, Lord Jesus. But it shows that Riley's struggle is really real. Like, I'm sure this is very common with athletes and celebs and people who base their value off of their talent. And so when their talent is not really being used anymore, they start to question themselves and their well-being. So I definitely love the psychology behind, some of the writing and the characters. Is something I'm very, just interested in. Okay. And so Wes, he's over there and he's pretty much doing research on McKinney, because McKinney really kind of made an impression on him. And he's like, oh, this guy really, really knows his stuff. Like, I should have, taken him a little more seriously when we had a conversation. So, Wes, he ends up vouching for McKinney. And yeah, we see Tark, him and his wife in the Rolls Royce on their way to LA. It's like a 4-hour drive. And yeah, they stop over the rest stop, get a, call in, check in, and to Rose. Okay, Rose is Vic's wife. And yeah, what happened to Vic? They found him dead in the truck. I mean, in the trunk of a vehicle, because I believe he owned a car dealership. But yeah, they found him dead. And whose card was nested ever so softly positioned next to his face? Bus's card, okay? And yeah, that pretty much was a calling card, if you will, from the mob. Was like, yo, I don't know what you're trying to do, Bus, but this ain't it, okay? We got a lot of the scams and the monies and the gamblings dealing with Tark and this university. So you do not need to be coming over here with your Lakers. Trying to mess up our situation, okay? So yeah, long story short, at this point, yeah, we can bet that Tark is no longer interested in dealing with the Lakers, okay? It was quite hilarious. I love the mob aspect in this episode. Another solid piece of content here. Episode 3, awesome. Let me know your thoughts. Please like this channel and this video, subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys episode 4. Toodles.